Hello, Louisiana. I got to have beignets, and they were awesome. So that was my first time trying crawfish. So the last 45 minutes calling every campground and state park within 150 miles. They're either all booked up or they don't allow tent camping. Hello, beautiful people. I'm Amanda Zitto. I make motorcycle travel vlogs, content about motorcycle camping, and general encouragement for you to get out and do the thing. I'm crossing the United States solo for the second time on my Honda CB500X. I'm going from Sacramento, California to Tampa, Florida, and back. Join me for the adventure. Good morning, beautiful people. We are outside of Houston, Texas. I camped at a county park last night, and it rained last night, so my tent is very damp. I'm gonna have myself a little orange while I wait for the sun to come up a little bit more, maybe evaporate some of this water that's on my rainfly, and then we'll pack up. I think the goal today is Louisiana. I'm aiming for the Tickfaw State Park, which is kind of like in the New Orleans area. Tomorrow I'm definitely going to Cafe du Monde, but today I gotta figure out where I'm going because based on my experience the last few days, I don't actually know if I'm gonna be able to find a place to sleep at Tickfaw because all the state parks I've hit so far going through Texas have been packed because it's Texas spring break and I keep forgetting it. So, is it windy like this everywhere in the South? Is this actually the wind tour? Like, wow. It's almost dried out now. I have made it to Winnie, Texas. Finally found a grocery store, stopped and got some food, and decided instead of going to a restaurant, I'm just gonna make myself a little tuna wrap. But I'm gonna do it here in the grocery store parking lot because why would we go to park to eat, right? I'm back to my old ways. Hello, Louisiana. I am in Walker, Louisiana. I decided not to go to Tickfaw State Park even to check if they had camping. One, because I'm lazy and I'm very tired from not sleeping all too great last night through the rainstorm. The riding today was amazing. Crossing into Louisiana was awesome. not being on a highway today was just wonderful. I really appreciated that. That was a good reprieve, and the wind wasn't nearly as bad as it has been the last few days trying to cross Texas. I have made myself some dinner because I'm starving. And then we're going to get up in the morning, appreciate the breakfast that comes with staying in a hotel, steal as much fruit as I can, and hit the road. I don't even know what the goal is for tomorrow. I'm gonna worry about that tomorrow. I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning, beautiful people. I have consumed my free breakfast, stole fruit for the road today, and now I gotta clean up my mess and get everything back down to the bike. And then we're gonna go to Cafe du Monde so that I can have beignets. So I stopped by Tickfaw State Park just to scope it out because I was planning to camp here on my way back. And I'm glad that I stopped for two reasons. First reason, I found out that they haven't been really getting tent reservations at all because this park has been decimated by a couple of storms. So like a ton of the trails are closed and the trees are either torn out or they were doing some clearing. So while it is not super beautiful right now, I'm pretty confident when I come back this way, I'll be able to camp here. Now we're gonna get back on the road because beignets are calling my name. Well, I have officially spent the last 45 minutes calling every campground and state park within 150 miles practically. They're either all booked up or they don't allow tent camping, which is interesting to me. I've never come across that problem before, but I guess I am in the South now. So I'm gonna accept it and I'm gonna try and find a hotel now, I guess. Well, that's a bummer, but that's fine. That's fine. I got to have beignets, and they were awesome. More doughy than I thought they would be, but very, very good. Like the dough itself isn't sweet, so all the sweetness is coming from the powdered sugar, so it makes sense that they come in like orders of 3. You can't just buy one. But it was very good, and I'm glad that I made the time to stop here. Frustrations around camping and all. I'm gonna go grab some SD cards, and then maybe figure out where I'm gonna stay tonight. Who knows? Nobody knows. I don't know. Success. SD cards acquired. I called the hotel room, made a reservation to make sure that there would be a place for me when I arrived. Fun fact, that hotel room is going to be like $94. If one of the many camping resorts I called actually accepted tent campers, it would have been $80 to tent camp. That doesn't make any kind of sense. I texted my mom and told her that I was going to stay in a hotel. And she's like, well, isn't it going to rain again anyway? And I was like, I don't know. It rained last night, and it rained the night before, but it's only overcast today. It hasn't really rained today. And Mom's like, no, the answer is it's the South, and it's the spring. Of course it's going to rain. I'm like, oh, thanks, Mom. And she's like, so you don't have to feel bad about staying in a hotel room. There was a really nice gentleman in the comment section on my last cross-country trip telling me to stop making coming up with excuses about why you had to stay in a hotel room. Like, the amount of traveling that I've done, I deserve to stay in a hotel room whenever I want and not have to explain it to anybody. But do I still feel the need to explain why I'm staying in a hotel room instead of camping when that's like my gig? Yes. Yes, I do. But for right now, I'm gonna listen to my audiobook and avoid highways on the way to my hotel room. Also, I just want to say that having the Motojug has been incredible. Life-changing. So nice. Welcome to my home for the night. However, we are not staying here for dinner. I passed so many restaurants that were selling crawfish on the way here. I've never had it before. I asked the lady at the front desk and she told me to go to some place in Pascagoula. So I'm gonna go try some crawfish. We'll see how this goes. So that was my first time trying crawfish. I do like crawfish. However, I went into that situation like totally not understanding how much meat is in each individual crawfish. When I got my turn to get up to the counter to order, the lady was like, well, what do you want? And I was like, do you have crawfish? Because I couldn't see it in front of me. And she's like, yeah. Do you want like 3 pounds? And I was like, I've never had them before. And she's just like, gawked at me like, what? Do you want to try one? And I was like, okay, yeah. And she handed it to me and I was like, how do you eat this? She kind of giggled at me and told me to take the tail off and eat the meat out of the tail. And so she's like, so do you want like 3 pounds? And I was like, can I have like a pound? And she kind of looked at me like, yeah, you can have a pound. And I was like, can I have corn too? And she's like, yeah. And so she gave me my little pound of crawfish and a corn. I went and paid for it, and I ate through my bag of crawfish, which was really good. I think I would describe it closer to like crab meat, except a very small amount of meat per creature. So I worked my way through my 1 pound of crawfish, and it wasn't until after I was done with that and I ate my corn and everything that I realized that the reason that they like the normal is to order 3 pounds of crawfish is because like, out of 3 pounds of crawfish, there's probably about 1 pound of meat. Probably less than a serving's worth of meat, but that's okay. It was delicious, and now I want more crawfish. So that's a thing that has developed. Also, it was incredibly spicy, like very, very spicy. If you don't know, I'm not super fond of spicy food. You can judge me if you want. It just doesn't agree with my stomach, and especially after the ulcer, eating spicy food just makes my stomach hurt really bad. Dealing with that stomach ache, but it was worth it because the crawfish was so good. So now I'm like, can I find crawfish that hasn't been spiced yet? And just like eat it with a bunch of butter? Anyway, I'm going to end this video here, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed it. Huge shout out to my patrons on Patreon who make the channel possible. If you would like to support the channel for as little as $1 a month, you can support me over on Patreon and get ad-free access to videos like these early before the rest of the world. If that's not up your alley, that's totally okay. I have t-shirts, stickers, prints, all the good things with my motorcycle art on them over in my Redbubble and my Etsy shop. Links to all those things are down in the description. Question for my end screen crew. Have you tried crawfish before? Or beignets? Beignets or crawfish? Have you tried these things? Did you like them? I'll see you guys later. Slowest upload ever.